Did it yet?
Number one. What's the most popular? Okay. Is that right? Okay.
I guess not.
Take another guess. What is the most popular drug in Taiwan? Ketamine.
Yes.
So what was the correct answer you're looking for? Heroin. Okay. Anyone? Yes? Number one. It's been answered. She just answered that one. Do you want to take like number 6? For some obvious signs of using marijuana. Some symptoms maybe. Lazy. Sleeping. Okay, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone? Yes? Number 6. Some obvious signs. Forgetfulness. Okay, forgetfulness. Is that right? Forgetfulness.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And any other volunteers? Yes? Number 6. What? That for no reason. Is that right? I didn't see that one. Okay. Anyone? Which states are legal to use cannabis? Did you cover that?
Excuse me?
Number 9, which states are legal to use cannabis? Did you cover that in the slides? In the slides? I don't think so. Do you want to go back to that slide to remind us? Go back to that slide to remind us which states are legal.
没有忘了嘞。
没有 PPT.
没有。
So it's very hard for the audience to answer that. Anyone? So why don't you refresh our memory on number 9 and number 10? Now starting from number 7 to number 10. Why don't banks let house sellers have open accounts? Refresh our memory of what you just said. Number 7. Why don't banks let house sellers have open accounts? You want to answer that one?
But just one of them. Federal law.
Federal law.
Yeah.
Tell us about the law. Tell us the answer to number 7. Why don't banks let house sellers open accounts? Because
Federal law doesn't allow them. It just it protects banks not to allow sellers to have bank accounting.
bank account.
And account.
But how can banks tell he or she is a house seller or not? I mean, when you come to the bank and you want to open an account, how can banks tell if you're house sellers or not?
They open you then
form, you cannot possibly put pot seller on the occupation box, right? I don't really get the question.
So what's the problem?
The question is,
How would they know you're a pot seller?
yes, how can banks tell you're a pot seller or not?
Well, I guess because some states they legalize the sale of pots, so they might add some questions about it, like if you're a seller or not. Because
So that's why I'm saying, if you're a pot seller, would you put pot seller on your occupation box?
that's why I guess they have some kind of research. So just in case you're a pot seller, in some, I guess in some like those states who legalize the sale of pots, so they might get some special research or survey about it.
So even in states that pots are legal, banks are not allowed to open account for them.
Yes, because
Even it's legal.
yes, because of the federal law, they said it's the cannabis is kind of drug which is illegal in federal law. However, they can't. The state law legalizes the sale of pots, but
So it's contradictory.
yes, and because in the United, they said we can. I guess the federal law is higher than the state law.
Yes,
However,
of course. So
in
it's,
the state law, they have the control of the states. So the bank, because they issue because the banks are like
that's a tricky one. So what does the article say here?
they just said
What does
it's
the article say?
controversy about between the state law and the federal law. So they can sell bonds, but however they can open an account for their money pots selling this the money they sell for pots in the bank.
So the article says that banks are not allowed to open account for pot sellers.
Yes.
Only the sentence, no more. No more information given.
Because they said, I guess they said it's a tricky problem between the federal and the state law, and they didn't explain much about it.
Okay, tell us the answer to the rest of the questions. What problems appear when legalizing the sale of recreational pot to anyone?
Crime and gang.
Number 8, is that your question?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me the answer.
Crime and gang. Just like
What problems appear when legalizing the sale of recreational crime and
crime and gang accounts.
can you answer me in complete sentences? I want to know the answer to number 8. So what problems will appear when legalizing the sale of recreational pot? So the crime rate will increase. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, that one I get. But the other one you were selling, you were telling me.
Just they can have bank accounts and so their cash they have carried their cash and he also will cause crime.
Is that a problem? Cash, they cannot open an account. That would be a problem.
I guess the problem is about they can't open accounts, so they can use like credit card or is it check.
So that's not a problem to the society.
Well, they have to carry their cash and their money through a street. So in the article, it mentioned a guy carrying millions of dollars in his backpack, and it's kind of dangerous because still people think that these money are black money, so you can some like not smuggler, burglars want to get them, or they might just dump them. So it's just due to money, so they have to carry their cash on their own, and they have to protect their money. So yes, that's the problem. And one of the other one is Bruce Legal is anyway. That's one of the problems. And the other one, I guess, would be.
I think I'm getting what you're getting at. So you need to elaborate on what you're saying, so it's easier for the audience to understand. Okay, how about number 9? Which states are legal? Tell us the answer.
The answer are Colorado and Washington.
Colorado and
Washington.
Washington, D.C. Okay. How about the last one?
Because many Americans use cannabis for responsible use. And also the protection of cannabis cause more social harm than the use of itself.
Okay, I see. Okay, that's it. So anyone want to take the rest of the questions? No, that's it. I'll check up.